December 2023 was the final straw for me when I decided to leave my full-time nursing career of 7 years to go all in my online business. And if you are still here in 2025 without a personal brand, I want you to strap in and listen because what I'm about to say is really going to change your life. I was a woman who was, in the thick of it. I was a registered nurse working at some of the best metropolitan hospitals in Sydney, and I thought that my passion for people and helping people and serving people was in the nursing field. I grew up in a background of my mum being a paramedic for over 10 years, and I lived and breathed through everything that she did. I loved hearing about, the accidents that she went to at work, obviously not the fact that people were injured, but I loved the fact that she was always helping people in their worst, helping them become their best. And when I decided to become a registered nurse, I definitely went the course the hard way. I studied for 4.5 years to become a registered nurse, going to TAFE and university, and I landed my dream role in an emergency department. And when I got there, I was just shocked in the disbelief and the way that my life had dramatically changed. I like to pride myself on the fact that I am a people's person. I am probably the world's biggest people pleaser. So for all the ladies watching this, if you're a people pleaser, I preach, I hear you, that is me. And I loved helping people. But the thing is like I had changed so much. I had turned into this woman who I didn't even recognize. I was depressed. I was stressed. I couldn't even fathom the fact that things in my house were out of alignment, like physically, like not in the place that they were supposed to be in, because I was running a nervous system that was just on edge 24/7. I was constantly paranoid that something was going to happen to me and my partner. And to be honest, I met the man of my dreams and I think I almost self-sabotaged that whole relationship because of the career that I chose. And I'm not blaming nursing. I think that all the nurses out there are fucking incredible. And I think that what they do is they change the world. But for me personally, it's not a life that I could prescribe to. I did not want to be a mum, and it was always my passion. And being a mum is one of the biggest drivers for me in my life, right? I love my mum and I love my dad and I love my sister, but watching my mum be a mum was all I ever wanted to do, right? And for me, it looked so different to the life that I grew up in. I grew up in a divorced family. I grew up in a world where, nothing was deemed normal. My mum was working all the time. I was being flown interstate for my family to look after me. I didn't have a relationship with my dad. My sister looked after me 90% of the time. And that was not a life I wanted to prescribe to. I love my parents and I love my sister, and they know that. They know that this is no hate on them. But what I wanted was to be a mum and a woman who was there, who was present 24/7, who got to be by their kids' side, who got to be by their partner's side. If you ask my beautiful fiance, Nathan, he will tell you how obsessed with him I am. Every second of the day, I am asking him questions about our relationship and all this other stuff, because I am obsessed with our relationship. And call it whatever you want to call it, I don't really care. But me being a nurse led me to the darkest path of my life. I could not fathom being around and being a part of a system where I was, helping people at their worst. That wasn't even the part of it. It's that everything I was going through on a day-to-day basis was so traumatic to me. And if you're sitting there watching this and you're like, yeah, but that's what you prescribe to as a nurse. No, it's not. It is not what I prescribed to. I prescribed to being there to help people, to get people out of trouble, to be there when families need it the most. But I did not prescribe to being treated like a piece of shit by my workplace. And I know it doesn't just happen in the nursing field. I am not saying that. I'm not oblivious to the world. But when you work in a field where it's filled with trauma, And what you go through on a daily basis is not normal. Like, it is not human nature whatsoever. And you're not supported in any type of way to pick up your life and continue living outside of being what your role is. Like, that is just not something I am interested in. I was working night shifts, then going to family events. I was like not in the zone that I wanted to be in. I missed out on so much in the first 2 years of my relationship with my partner. I fell out of alignment with my mum. We had a terrible relationship. I could not reason with her in my life. I didn't have a good relationship with my sister. I didn't have a good relationship with my dad because what I had prescribed to in my life was not in alignment with me. Now, I didn't start my personal brand straight away. I actually moved overseas with my beautiful fiance, and we worked on his online business together in the health and fitness industry. I was definitely like the back-end systems girl, learning all the things because I had zero experience being an entrepreneur. And I preface something so much in the way that I now teach my incredible women inside of CEO Foundations that success loves speed. And what I mean by that, when you feel the pull and the urge to do something, when your gut instinct and your intuition is calling you, I encourage everyone to act and to act with speed. As human beings, we are conditioned in today's society to think about things, to research things. There's information out there that sways us from making decisions that actually could change our life. And what I teach all these incredible women and what I live by is when you feel this pull, when you have this intuition feeling, act straight away and act fast, act with integrity and act with alignment, right? Success will follow people who act in alignment with it. And when we moved to Bali and we started Nathan's online business together, it was probably the biggest 6 months of personal growth I have ever had. I fell back in love with myself, back in love with my life. I found my purpose again, and I wasn't living on edge 24/7. I wasn't self-sabotaging things. I wasn't overthinking everything. I was actually just being me. The person that I know that I am and the person that my family knows that I am as well. And the transformation that I had was honestly just like out of this world, that I then started building my own personal brand. And like I touched on, if you are watching this and you don't have a personal brand in 2025, you are doing yourself an injustice. You are all passionate about something. You all have been on your own journey, on your own transformation. You have impact that you can leave in this world. You don't have to be tied to a job where it is designed for you to live your life after 65. Guys, I literally just turned 29, and I know for a fact that if I was still working as a registered nurse, I for a fact would not be retiring at 65. There's just no way that I could, right? So building my personal brand has allowed me to see the long-term vision, right? I'm not here for quick wins. I'm not here to sell a scam, to be a part of any type of fucking pyramid schemes or anything like that. I am here to show women that you can be exactly like me and walk the exact same steps that I did with success, with integrity, and with an alignment. And the life that it will allow you to create is one where you're a present wife, where you're a present partner, where you're a present mum, and you're making money out of something that drives your inner purpose. As women, we are nurturers, we are lovers, we are emotional beings. We are not designed to be away from our family, from our children. That is not what we are designed for. Human nature, we are supposed to be the nurturers, the lovers, the providers, right? That is something that I pride myself on massively. And that is the type of mentor that I am to the incredible women that I work with inside of CEO Foundations, right? I want to show women that if you have something that you're passionate about, if you have a transformation that you have been on, you too can turn that into a personal brand where you help other women, men, people, whoever it is, make an impact and a change in their life. It is not as hard and as complex as what you think it is. Yes, there is things that need to happen in order for you to be successful, for you to actually generate people results and guarantee the transformation that you want to guarantee. But if you're having this internal pull and you feel like you are made for something more, I encourage you. Success loves speed. Act with that. Take the risk, take the jump, because every time I take risk, every time I do something that feels scary, I end up better. I end up 10 steps forward, 10 steps closer to where it is that I really want to be. By all means, when I was 25, I had no idea that this is the life that I would be living right now. But what I will say is that me being 29, looking back on my life, I am so grateful for everything that I've been through. I am so grateful for the journey that I have been on. And that's why I want to take so many more women along with me. I also know that when I turn 35 and you're watching the video when I'm 35, I will be like, holy shit, I can't believe the life that I was living at 29, and now this is the life that I get to live. Life is beautiful. It is made for us to live it, for us to explore it. Don't do yourself an injustice, right? I want to be a mom as much as the next woman standing next to me, right? I really do. But I want to be someone who has purpose, who has drive, and who has passion. And I think that we can all have the best of both worlds. I honestly think that you don't need to wait until you retire when you're 65, when your kids have grown up, when your kids are older and they no longer need you to live your life. Right now, I am in Bali. I am here. I've been, here for the last couple of weeks, and I'm living here for the next 2 months. I no longer have like a home in Australia. I just have my beautiful French bulldog and obviously all of my beautiful family and friends back home. But Nathan and I choose to live this life where we travel the world, we explore the world, we see it for what it really and truly is, and whatever we learn along the way, we teach other people, because you have one life, one opportunity to do everything that you want to do, and this is your sign. Build a personal brand and make it your own. Guys, I love communicating with everyone on Instagram. Please drop me a follow, send me a DM. I would just love to chat to you. I would love to see what you're passionate about. I would love to see your vision and your goals, but otherwise I will see you in the next one.